Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the OffTheDome podcast. It is season 3, episode 19. Last episode, if you guys haven't seen that already, I predicted the entirety of the Eastern Conference playoffs. This episode, I'm going to be doing the same thing, except for the Western Conference, naturally. That's just how it goes. The playing games just finished for the Western Conference. The New Orleans Pelicans beat the LA Clippers, which I'm happy for the Pelicans, obviously, but I just think that the Clippers would have been more entertaining to watch in the playoffs because I do think they're a better team, especially when they have Paul George. They are the better team, in my opinion, but they put up a much bigger fight than I expected and that a lot of people, I think, expected. Even though going into the game, I'm pretty sure that they were the underdog, or they were the favorites. Clippers were the favorites going into the game, which I don't really understand at all. Side note, the framing for the camera. Normally, I'm like on this side of the screen, like I'm more over here. Probably no one fucking notices or cares, but for me, it's a bitch and a half to deal with. But this time, I'm over here. It took me forever to set the camera up today. It's so weird. There's like a TV right in front of the camera. I can't even see myself pretty much. But it took me forever to set the camera up, and I finally sat down, and I'm like, all right, fuck it. I really don't care enough to change it now because we're rolling, we're recording, let's get into it, let's get this shit, as Kendrick Lamar once famously said. The first playoff round in the Western Conference, the best team in the league, the Phoenix Suns, going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. And also, by the way, I will be predicting the champion because in my last video, if you haven't seen that already, I picked the team that I think will represent in the East, so you should go watch that. But today, I'll tell y'all which of the two teams in the finals will win, in my opinion. Okay, and not just my opinion, but in actuality. Because listen, I'm not wrong. I'm never wrong. That's a lie. I'm historically bad at predicting the NBA playoffs. Like I'm bad at predicting March Madness in the NBA playoffs. I think 2 years ago was 2020. I predicted the Rockets to win the championship in 2020. Okay. I have no words to defend myself. I thought James Harden and Russell Westbrook were going to get it done. But I didn't predict a single team. Every single team that made it to the Final Four in the NBA playoffs in 2020, I did not predict to be there. So, yeah, I mean, that's just a fair warning that what I say here is obviously going to happen. First up, Phoenix Suns against the New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans just got in the play-in spot. Congratulations, New Orleans. You've won your last game of the season. Because I think the Suns are going to sweep you guys. I got Phoenix in 4. Look, Suns are the best team in the league right now. Statistically, as far as wins and losses go, the Suns are the best team in the NBA. But just the eye test recently tells me that they're the best team in the NBA. They're playing better basketball than any other team in the NBA, which doesn't often correlate or doesn't always correlate. Just because you have the best record doesn't mean you're the best team, doesn't mean you're the most likely to win the NBA championship. For example, last year the Utah Jazz had the best record in the NBA, and no one in their right mind was picking the Utah Jazz to win the NBA championship last year. Naturally, but yeah, and like when the Milwaukee Bucks had the best record in the NBA a couple years in a row we weren't really picking them to go all the way. But yeah, the Phoenix Suns this year, you could almost call it not an anomaly, but a little bit of change compared to years past. Phoenix Suns, in my opinion, the best team in the NBA, playing like the best team in the NBA, and they're one of my favorites right now. I got them beating the Pelicans 4 straight, easy peasy. Moving on to the 4 seed Dallas Mavericks, 5 seed Utah Jazz. It's rumored, and I'm pretty sure it's official, Luka's missing Game 1. I think he's going to miss Game 2 as well. That's what they're saying. That's what word on road is. And because of that, I'm picking the Jazz to win this in 6 games. 4-2 Utah. Because of the Luka injury. If Luka's fully healthy, if Luka's didn't get hurt on the last game of the season 2 against my Spurs, and I feel terrible about it. Really, y'all had to play him on the last game of the year. Dallas, y'all had to do it, man. Why would you? Fuck. It's tragic. It really is. It sucks that happened. But I think like Luka Doncic fully healthy. This is the year. I said he's probably gonna put up 35 points per game plus in the first round. I'm not sure if he'll still be able to do that depending on how healthy he is when he comes back. But yeah, if Dallas had Luka Doncic fully healthy, I would have picked them to beat Utah. They don't. I'm going to go Jazz in 6 games to move on. The 3-seed Golden State Warriors against a 4-seed Denver Nuggets, similar to the Dallas Mavericks and Utah Jazz series, because Luka Doncic is hurt. I'm predicting the Jazz to win that series because Stephen Curry is coming back and will be healthy for game 1. That's what they're saying. I'm predicting the Warriors to win this in 5 games. If Stephen Curry wasn't back, the Nuggets were my pick. I was dead set on picking the Nuggets in 6 games, but Steph Curry comes back. That changes everything. It really does. So I've got the Golden State Warriors beating the Denver Nuggets in 5 games. Look, I love the Nuggets. I really think they would have been genuine, true contenders this year if they had Jamal Murray, if they had a healthy Michael Porter Jr., because of the way Nikola Jokic has been playing, man. And guys like Aaron Gordon have been really stepping up, and a lot of other guys in that team have really stepped up. And it's just the fact that you don't have those 2 guys, those 2 solidified players. I mean, Michael Porter Jr. is not solidified, but Jamal Murray, we've seen Jamal Murray perform amazingly in the playoffs. It's unfortunate that he's not there for the Nuggets this year. Maple Jordan, the Nuggets could really use him. And also, the Golden State Warriors have never lost a playoff series when Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green play every single game of that series. They don't lose. They just don't. The one year we're all thinking about in 2016, Draymond Green wasn't healthy. The year they lost in 2019 to the Raptors, Klay Thompson missed it. And I think, did Draymond miss anything? I don't think so. I know Klay Thompson was not healthy that series, or got hurt at the end. Whatever, we move. The Memphis Grizzlies against the Minnesota Timberwolves, the 2-seed Grizzlies, 7-seed Timberwolves. This is an interesting series, and I'm hyped for this one. In the first round in the West, I think that this might be the closest series, especially with the Luka Doncic injury. If Luka was healthy for the Dallas Mavericks for the first 2 games, I would say the Mavericks Jazz series is my most hyped series. It would probably be the closest. But because he's not, I'm going to go that the Grizzlies Timberwolves is it might be the closest series we have in the first round. Listen, Memphis has never been in the playoffs. This whole team is young as fuck. They were in the playoffs last year. They won game 1 against Utah, who had the best record in the NBA. I'll give you that. The Timberwolves and Memphis, similar teams. Timberwolves, some of those players are still there from when they made it that Jimmy Butler year. And some of the other players, guys like D'Angelo Russell, have had a little taste here and there of the playoffs. But for the most part, or pretty much for all part, none of these players have gone past the first round. It just hasn't happened. Steven Adams back in the day, or Steven Adams, he's had a little bit of post-playoff experience, I think. In OKC, he must have had some experience. How good was he back then? I don't know. For Memphis, but listen, this is 2 teams that I don't trust Memphis that much. Really, they're 2 seed. I don't trust them that much. I think you'd be kind of a fool to think that the Memphis Grizzlies are really contenders in the NBA. I love John Morant, but the whole team is just a bit too young for me. And Minnesota, bro, they are buzzing. They are buzzing. The way I saw Anthony Edwards playing, and I know this was talking about players who don't have playoff experience, but Anthony Edwards against the Clippers looked like a player who had been there before. It looked like a player who belonged there before. The size he has, the big playability that he has is incredible, and he's going to be huge for the Timberwolves. But I'm going to tell you something right now, that Karl Anthony Towns is going to have to step his shit up. There's no way that you're going to put up like what he scored like 5 field goals and had 6 fouls against the Clippers. That's the other thing I should mention. Obviously, he's not going to get any credit because other than a little bit he got from Reggie Miller on the broadcast, Nicholas Batum is a strap on defense. Nick Batum is the reason why Karl Anthony Towns fouled out and was terrible against the Clippers in the first playing game. Nicholas Batum is the reason why the Clippers made that big comeback against the Pelicans, being down 16. Nick Batum strapped up Brandon Ingram in the 3rd quarter. Nick Batum left the game when the Clippers were up 8 points in the 4th quarter. He came back on. They were losing. Nick Batum was a plus 16 box plus minus. The Clippers, with Batum on the court, were plus 16. Without him, they were minus 18, something like that. I heard him say that at the end of the broadcast. Nick Batum is a strap. He is. Just got to put that out there. He revived his career in the Clippers. One of the most underrated players in the league because he had one of the worst contracts in NBA history in Charlotte. Revived his career. change the narrative around him. It's just unfortunate he plays for a team that doesn't win, you know. Clippers don't win. Anyway, we move on. Round Nick Batum rant there. Anyway, Grizzlies, I got Grizzlies beating the Timberwolves in 6 games. Okay. I got Grizzlies winning 4-2 in that series. Patrick Beverley's going to get his. Patrick Beverley does not go down easy in the playoffs. Y'all remember the last time Patrick Beverley... This actually might have been the last time Patrick Beverley was a 7th seed. They had the Golden State Warriors on the ropes. Not on the ropes. They had the Warriors tied 2-2 in the first round back in, I think, 2019. Back when the Clippers had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and they had Lou Will and they had that crazy 29-point comeback against the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant. And they were fully healthy and the Clippers were just going crazy. And Patrick Beverley, you know, that's the last time he was a 7th seed. We might see a lot more of that in the playoffs this year. But I'm very excited. I think Patrick Beverley might be the most exciting player in the NBA right now, genuinely. I mean, you talk about the biggest box office draw in the league right now. Probably goes Patrick Beverley, John Morant, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Currently, in my opinion, that's who I'd pay to see. At least I want to see Pat Bev get up on the scorers table after every game, but after every bucket, watch this man hit a free throw and stand up on the scorers table, take his shirt off, and that class act, Patrick Beverley. How can you hate the guy? Genuinely, yeah, he's given the entire Timberwolves the identity of the Black Air Forces. They are that team. They wake up wanting smoke, and fuck, look at them. They're great. Second round, the Phoenix Suns against the Utah Jazz. Okay, I got Phoenix winning the series 4-1. Remember when I said the Phoenix Suns are the best team in the NBA, not only on paper, not only statistically, as far as wins and losses go, but the Phoenix Suns are the best team in the NBA as far as eye test goes. As far as when you watch basketball, there is not a team in the league that plays a higher quality and level of basketball than the team led by Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton. The Phoenix Suns are that team. They're bad guys. Okay, they really are. And watch out for them. Utah, the only reason why I have the Jazz beating the Dallas Mavericks is because Luka's rumored to miss the first 2 games, and that might be enough to do it. It really might be, because, you know, Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, they're capable of beating the Mavericks a few times with Luka Doncic in there. They are. It's a good team, good players. The seasoned team that's been to the playoffs, been, you know, to the second round a few times. They've been in big playoff games. They can beat the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, do I think they can beat them in the series? No, but because Luka's not there for the first 2 games, I think Jazz should go up 2-0 in that series, and then we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, I mean, in the second round, though, the Phoenix Suns will not lose to the Utah Jazz. It can't happen. The Suns are too damn good for that shit, man. Especially fully healthy. That's the other thing with the Suns. Any team with Chris Paul on it, I'm making our predictions now. I'm saying this team's going to go far. I'm saying this team's going to go into the Western Conference Finals. And I'm saying the Suns are going to, you know, I say the Suns are going to go 8-1 in the first 2 playoff series. That's if Chris Paul stays healthy. We all know, knock on wood, bruh, Chris Paul does not have the best reputation as far as staying healthy in the playoffs. Nor does his team. Okay? A la Blake Griffin. Back in the day. Anyway, the other series, the Golden State Warriors against the Memphis Grizzlies, 3-seed Warriors, 2-seed Grizzlies. I got the Warriors winning that series 4-2. Listen, this is it. This is Golden State now. We waited all. Remember at the start of the year, we were saying, look at Golden State go, and they have the best record in the NBA, and they were balling out. And they were doing all this without Klay Thompson. That's what we were all saying. Well, look what they're doing without Klay Thompson. He hasn't played in a year and a half. Look at what they're doing without Klay Thompson. Imagine what they can do with Klay. Klay comes back, and I think Draymond Green got hurt. And so it's like, it's okay. They're not doing that good because Draymond's out there, and then Steph Curry got hurt. There's always been an excuse for the Warriors. There's always been an excuse all year long. It's like they can always be doing better than what they're currently doing. Great team. Nonetheless, they are a great team, but this is it. This is the Golden State Warriors now. For all the people that didn't watch basketball back in 2015 and 2016, 2014. 2014? Nah. I don't know. I'm going to stick to 2015 and 2016 when they were at their peak of their powers. Okay. This is for the people that didn't watch basketball in 2015, 2016. Steph, Klay, and Dre. Here they come. They're back. Fully healthy for the playoffs. Okay. Everyone's going to finally get to see it, and I think that they take down the Memphis Grizzlies 4-2 in the second round of the playoffs. setting up a Golden State Warriors versus Phoenix Suns Western Conference Finals. Now, in the current state of the NBA, the current economy of the NBA, I think that the only appropriate Western Conference Finals we have is between the Golden State Warriors and the Phoenix Suns. They're the two best teams in the Western Conference, in my opinion. They're the two best contenders in the Western Conference, in my opinion. I think this will go 7 games. And Steph, Clay, and Dre against Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and Devin Booker. The two big threes. Probably the last two big threes in the NBA right now. The only two big threes in the NBA right now that I can think of. I mean, that depends, okay. Holiday and McCollum and Holiday and Middleton and Giannis. Drew a blank there for a second. Sure, they're a big three. Okay, whatever. Have that one. But I'm just saying that these two teams are the shit. They are the shit in the Western Conference. They are the two teams to beat. They should be getting to the Western Conference Finals relatively easily, in my opinion. I said before the playoffs started, before Stephen Curry was healthy, I honestly thought Curry might miss, the whole playoffs. I'm pretty sure that was a possibility. If Steph Curry missed the whole playoffs, the Suns should just cakewalk to the finals. They should lose maybe 2 games on the way there. But now that Steph Curry's in there, I think this will go 7. Regardless, I'm going to take Chris Paul to finally slay his demon of Stephen Curry. And I'm taking the Suns. I think the Suns are the better team. If they were to play right now, 1 game, single elimination, I would take the Phoenix Suns because the Suns have these championship pieces on their team. To win a championship, it's more than just having Chris Paul or Devin Booker or DeAndre Ayton, or in Golden State's case, it's more than just having Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. You need the guys around those three. The guys behind Phoenix's big three are far better and far more championship caliber than the guys behind the Warriors' big three. I trust guys like Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, Bridges. These guys are the real deal. Those are the kind of players that win you NBA championships. They really are. Golden State, in my opinion, they don't really have those guys. Andrew Wiggins. Is Wiggins helping? Fuck, I haven't really heard of Andrew Wiggins since the All-Star game. I honestly don't know if Wiggins is fully healthy right now. I'm not going to lie. I kind of have just forgotten all about him. I really have. I can't believe people were trying to tell me, honestly, that he's an all-star. People were criticizing me for saying that Wiggins shouldn't be an all-star starter, let alone an all-star. I was like, should he really be a starter? People were hating on me. But really, he must be hurt. He's got to be hurt, right? Because I haven't seen him do shit since the All-Star game. I honestly didn't really see him do shit before the All-Star game, but whatever. We move on. That's gone now. Anyway, got the Phoenix Suns in the NBA Finals, taking down the Warriors 4-3 to get there in the Western Conference Finals. NBA Finals, spoiler alert if you didn't watch the Eastern Conference predictions, I've got the Suns against the Milwaukee Bucks, a rematch of last year. Okay, call me basic. Alright, odds are this won't happen. Odds are, because rematches hardly ever happen, really. We all grew up a lot of us grew up in watching basketball with the Cavs and Warriors every single year. That's not normal. That will not continue to happen. So Suns and Bucks probably won't happen, realistically speaking. But they're the two teams, and when I'm looking at the playoff brackets, they got the route, they got the schedule, and they are the two best teams, in my opinion, in both conferences, in either conference. That being said, in the NBA Finals, I think, you know what, for romantic purposes, I'm saying this will go 7 games, and for romantic purposes, I'm saying that CP3, Chris Paul, gets his championship. I'm trying to speak it into fruition. I'm trying to speak it into existence. That's my official prediction for the NBA Finals 2022. The Phoenix Suns take down the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 7 in Phoenix in the desert, and Chris Paul gets himself his NBA championship. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, the whole crew get what they deserve. Especially shout out Chris Paul, man. I really want it to happen for the boy. I really want that shit to happen. That's my official prediction. I'm picking the Suns over the Bucks in the NBA Finals. Phoenix, it's your time to shine, really. Phoenix, it's been too long. I don't think the Suns have ever made the finals. They were really good back in the day when they had Steve Nash and Mark Stoudemire and those boys. But never got it done. Spurs kind of, what was it? I think it was like Boris Diaw like punched Steve Nash some shit, or there was Boris Diaw got suspended for a few games against the Spurs. There was, because Robert Horry hit Steve Nash. There was some controversy in that series for sure. I think that was the second round in 2007, I want to say. I'm no NBA historian, but when it comes to Spurs, I think I know my shit. Anyway, that's really it for episode 19 of the Off the Dome podcast. I appreciate you for watching. Let me know who you think's winning the championship. Who do you think's coming out of the Western Conference? Let me know which series that I predicted that I got totally wrong. Because I'm kind of interested in seeing what I think that my bracket is absolutely perfect, though. So, yeah. I should I guess recap it. No, y'all don't. Fuck it. I'll recap it. I got Suns over the Pelicans in 4, Jazz over the Mavericks in 6, Warriors over the Nuggets in 5, Grizzlies over the Timberwolves in 6. Second round, Suns over the Jazz in 5, Warriors over the Grizzlies in 6. And then in the in the Western Conference Finals, I got the Suns over the Warriors in 7. And in the NBA Finals, I've got the Suns over the Bucks in 7 games. Chris Paul's getting that championship. He really and truly is. Rookie of the Year 06 Chris Paul shit. Drake once said that. What else Drake said is my outro that I've been using all season long, because I heard it in a Drake song one time, like a while ago, and I'm like, this shit's hard as fuck. So I'm going to say it right now. That's it for me, everyone. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you're still listening, watching, I appreciate you a lot. Yeah, I'm chilling. It's whatever. I'm feeling good, living better. Drake once said that. Peace out, y'all.